Time for the 49ers Rush Podcast.
Number 89 on the 2024 49ers roster countdown, undrafted free agent safety, Jaylen Mahoney. Now, the way that we calculate this, 4 of us voted. Shout out to Josh, Zach, and Dave, and myself. And we vote, and we go through and we average those out and all that. Like, that's what we do. So, out of the 4 people voted 1 to 91, he got 353 points. Now, the highest that he received votes was number 86. The lowest was 90. And I think whenever you look at the position, it's not so much against Jaylen, and we'll talk about kind of what he brings. It's much more the safety depth chart that's already established. Yeah, a lot of teams only keep 4 safeties. And whenever you look at the 49ers depth chart, well, you got Talanoa Hufanga, you got Jair Brown, you got Malik Mustafa, who you drafted early, and you pay George Odom to be a safety/special team stud. If you only keep 4, your 4 are already kind of penciled in. So the safety position's a little difficult to break after that. Doesn't mean it can't happen, but the pathway for safety Jaylen Mahoney, it's definitely one that's going to have practice squad written on it. If he's going to stick around for a while, who knows long-term? Hufanga's last year of his deal. Odom, who knows with that one? That's a year-by-year thing. So there's a pathway, just probably not for 2024. And so the entire premise of this series, which players bear the most weight or are the most important for the 49ers 2024 season? I think Jaylen Mahoney is more than an injury away. I think he's 2 injuries away from even having a role inside of that. Doesn't mean in the 49ers red shirt program, he's not going to have an opportunity. Now, Jaylen Mahoney, he's 5'11", 200, 31-inch arms, 23 years old, ran a 4.54 40. That's solid. Might be one of the faster safeties that we actually have in the room, to be honest with you. It's pretty much on par. Talanoa is probably the slowest, but most effective all-pro guy. 7.03 cone, that's great. Change of directions there, 33.5-inch vertical, 10-foot broad jump, solid. 19 bench press reps. That is unbelievable. So impressive. The leader at the combine, pro days, all these different things, for the most bench press reps at the safety position was Malik Mustafa with 22. So he's only 3 reps short of the number 1 safety in this class, who we also got, right? So the Niners continue to show this type at 5'11", 200. I'm going to scream this till I'm blue in the face. 49ers want defensive backs to be 6 foot 200, as close to that as they can. Jaylen Mahoney, perfect height, weight, size, fit, upper body strength. These are the things that the 49ers value. Now, he is an undrafted free agent. Dane Brugler of The Athletic had him ranked as the number 45 safety in this class. And so once you get to this point, you're going after traits: height, weight, attitude, intelligence, all these things. The tape isn't as great as you would like it to be, but that's going to be the case whenever you're talking about an undrafted free agent. It's just the way that it goes. And so let's back up. Let's go through Jaylen Mahoney's entire kind of how he got to where he is. Grew up at South Point Prep School, South Carolina. Graduated with a degree in human organizational development, and he's pursuing a graduate degree in learning diversity and urban studies from Vanderbilt. This dude's smart. And you watch the tape, IQ jumps off. And these are the traits that the 49ers value much more than others. Clean on off field, high IQ. It's the opposite of a Dallas Cowboy. Now, he was a 3-star recruit by ESPN, chose to go to Vanderbilt. Full name is Jaylen Elijah Mahoney. He's got lots of brothers and sisters, 2 brothers, 4 sisters, and his brother, Jordan, plays football for UMass. He's a National Honor Society member in high school. He was All-Region 2 times in high school. Born and raised in Rock Hill, South Carolina. They have an NFL pedigree program for sure. At Vanderbilt, not 1, but 2-time team captain in 2022 and 2023. So he's SEC. He's played against the best of the best continuously. So he's got that track record there. He was an honorable mention All-SEC in 2023 and an honor roll student in 2020 and 2022. He was a Senior Bowl watch list, didn't get the invite, instead went to the Shrine Bowl, which he was able to participate in, and that's huge for the Niners. Shrine Bowl, Senior Bowl. Niners want to see these players and how they react and how they play and perform around other NFL caliber players. But again, undrafted free agent. He's number 89 on our list. The Niners brought him in as an undrafted free agent. We don't have the numbers out yet for what the guarantees are, and that will kind of help us understand who the Niners value in this undrafted free agent class. We don't know. They're not out there yet. But if you look at what he was able to accomplish in his college career, 247 tackles. This is somebody who's played a lot. Stop me if you've heard that before whenever we talk about this draft class with the Niners. 4 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble return, 22 pass breakups, 4 interceptions, even though none of those interceptions came in 2023. Relatively healthy, no major injuries that we could find. He started 45 games in college out of 54, started as a role player. Once he stepped in, didn't look back. 45 starts in the SEC is pretty damn impressive. Now, the film, my favorite thing about him, I'm not sure this is a great thing, is he's a great out-of-phase safety. So in phase is a corner technique that you teach where you can literally touch the hip of the wide receiver. You're close, right? You're Velcroed, you're stuck to him, whatever else. He's at his best out of phase, where he is a cover 3. They ran a cover 3 system. That was kind of their main thing, and he was the free safety for the most part. He is the eraser role, much more Tayshaun Gibson than he is Malik Mustafa, Talanoa Hufanga. Much more Tayshaun Gibson, shell over the top. The eraser role is what the 49ers call that. You stop big plays from being touchdowns. Like, you erase those giant, you don't let big plays become bigger plays. And so cover 3 covers a lot of ground. Timing IQ, those are his best 2 traits in my opinion. Timing routes, and just knowing where to go. Always where he should be. Physicality is a big part of his game, though. So I'm not trying to say, even though I don't put him in the same type of safety role as Hufanga or Malik Mustafa, he'll hit. He brings it. He likes contact. You go watch that Georgia game, and whether it's Brock Bowers or whoever come over the middle, he doesn't care. Doesn't care. Brings his feet when tackling, wraps up well. Mustafa light whenever it comes to contact. You know, you're not getting a lot of like the huge hits, the highlight hits, but he's a thumper. He's not shying back at all. I couldn't find any tape of that at all. So the Niners got this type. Tough, physical, multi-purpose. He could do kind of all of it. Look at the snaps that he did just in 2023. 254 snaps as the free safety in that cover 3 scheme. 193 snaps as a nickel/slot corner, you know, that kind of hybrid safety role. And 96 is kind of the strong safety, box safety. Free safety is where he's going to find his spot in special teams. Pro Football Focus grades for 2023 for Jaylen Mahoney, 59.8 overall. Not great. 78.8 run grade. That's his best thing. Against the run. 74.1 tackle grade. Great. 54.2 coverage. This is why he's undrafted. You look at some of the other just, stats. 8 solo run stops last year. He gave up 25 receptions on 34 targets for a 73.5 completion percentage. Not his best. Allowed 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 3 pass breakups, 2 penalties. But how is he going to make this roster? You got to take it from George Odom. You got to be a stud special teamer that can step in if injuries happen at the safety position. That's his pathway to NFL success. He's got 386 career special team snaps. Jaylen Mahoney, special teams. That's how he got it at Vandy. That's how he's going to have to do it in the NFL. Now, best case scenario, again, practice squad player. That's what he's hoping for. You look at the depth chart. Again, there's 4 locks already. Hufanga, Jair Brown, George Odom, Malik Mustafa. Those guys are making this 53-man roster, period. Now you've got to beat out these other guys for the practice squad. Taylor Hawkins, dude's a legend practice squad player. Eric Harris, more of a vet. That's it, Jaylen Mahoney. So you've got 7 guys in this safety room. 5 are going to be able to stick around. Can he beat out Taylor Hawkins and Eric Harris? That's the question. The 49ers love Taylor Hawkins, but don't trust him enough to elevate him to play in big-time games. He's a big locker room presence. It's going to be difficult for Jaylen Mahoney to take over that spot. But that starts now. They play the same spot, that eraser, free safety. The thing that changes about Hawkins and Mahoney, Mahoney's bigger. Mahoney's more versatile. Mahoney's ceiling is much higher than Taylor Hawkins. Taylor Hawkins fits everything the Niners want in practice squad player and won practice squad player of the year 2 years ago, I believe. So that's kind of where he's got to come out on top. So defensive back, undrafted free agent, Jaylen Mahoney, welcome to the 49ers. You come in at number 89 on this roster countdown for 2024. Hopefully he sticks around, and next year we see a big jump in that number.